Hello, so this will be a spoiler-free review, so I'll just walk around the facility where we live for a bit and then we'll speak about some other mechanics and also show you other things. So, Under the Waves is that type of game that only appears once every year and has mystery with magic. Because of this, I 100% recommend the game at full price, leave a review, even talk about the game with other people. This is what we need back into the gaming industry. And because of the mysterious atmosphere and the feeling that anything can happen, I will not spoil any part of the story.
Healthy.
And yes, I really consider that this is the game of the year because it has an amazing artwork, very good storytelling, amazing immersion and a satisfying experience overall. Remember when you played the game and that was an experience? Remember when playing games was an experience and not just wasting time for achievements or seeing the ending? Yeah. Now, while the game itself doesn't have what you would expect, it has original storytelling.
Come on. Wait until dinner.
By the way, there are a lot of dialogue options for when you interact with the items in your little facility. I call this facility, but it's actually our home. And they have a lot of charm and they
Starting to
change from
smell.
day to day.
I should get this cleaned. Rest in peace, Stan's special lasagna. I tried.
Eh? Yes. Now, now, the game also has great interactions, slow gameplay, and just the wonderful world building that makes up for the lack of combat or RPG progression. What do I mean by magic and original? Or magical and original? Well, simply put, the developers managed to perfect the main features of the game to such a high degree that you will not even notice the lack of more traditional features.
Looks like a whalebone, maybe. Or an extremely hungry dolphin.
Yeah. The game takes place in a retro sci-fi world, meaning we're in the 70s, but the technology is more like being in 2050, with some limitations. So now let's talk about what we do in the game, the rewards for exploration, and how the game changes as we play more.
Too many tasks, too little time? Talk to employee relations about our sleepaway pilot program.
So let's look at the options. Some people might be interested in this as well. Now the game has some problems with the graphical options. You cannot remove the film grain or some other things. But overall, it's great. So that's why the game looks a little bit grainy and a little bit weird. Probably they will add some options later on to solve this problem. But for now, this is how the game looks. So what is the game about? Well, the game is basically divided into three parts. The human point of view, where Stan goes around his daily activities, his isolation or his search for isolation, and to escape his wounded soul. Exactly what it sounds like. Now the second part is the ecological point of view. It gets a little political but not too much. Just shows the beautiful ocean. It shows the beautiful ocean. And also how dirty the oil corporations are, how progression comes with the cost of sacrificing nature and human dignity. The sci-fi setting, which is also paranormal and being a world different from our Earth. It's very important that you know this. It's a sci-fi world, a retro sci-fi world in the 70s, also paranormal world. And it's very different from our Earth in a few senses, but more or less is the same, especially when it comes to the problems. But take into consideration that this is in the 70s. Only now people are starting to think like this in 2023. But they proposed we started thinking like this in the 1970s. Yeah, would have been much better, I think. And the sci-fi setting also plays into the human mind a lot. And what it means to be sentient and how we perceive things, but also asks a lot of philosophical questions about existence. Again, I will not spoil anything about this, but they really do have some beautiful and sad and also strong and also emotional, but also just very interesting showcases, emotions, quests and so on. So, the facility we live under the ocean starts empty, but it fills up as we play more and we find more items. For example, in the beginning this is all very tidy, you don't have dirty dishes, you don't have anything of anywhere. But as we play more, we find more items through explorations and more items to decorate. You also have a mini game you can see down over here. This is, I'll not speak about that. You can see we put up more pictures. This is something
Keep
we
on
found
dancing.
as well, a Rubik cube. headphones, and a lot of other things. So this is our room. Let's play a little song so we can imagine, or you can just see some of
I
the
wish I
angles
brought more
that make
photos
this.
of our family.
Dan is a great character. I love him. I like him a lot. I love the story as well so much.
Red, red, red. Oh, it's this one.
Not very good at a mini game. I'll perfect it at some point. Keep in mind this is a completely optional activity, because if you don't find a guitar, you'll not be able to play the song, and you also need to find the cassettes for the songs. And this is not here in the beginning, so you can start by playing the game normally, but then the game will actually change as you progress. So some people will not have any of this stuff on the base, on the facility. This is also a lighthouse underwater, which is very creepy because you'll be able to see it from a very, very long distance and return to it. The game is also, how should I put that? Well, it has a serious side, but also some
Part of the problem.
comedic relief.
This wasn't why I came down here.
Yes, Dan. The game doesn't take itself too seriously, and you can kind of alleviate all of this by just messing around a little bit. Now, even the control board, where we have the monitors, the limited AI, that's an AI, by the way.
Did you know? Uni Trench extracts over missing number % of the world's oil supply.
And he's deliberately made to be so annoying. So we have the limited AI and some other things we can get on mission. We can also put up decorative items. So as you can see, this is a 3D printed ship. That's a little helmet. I also printed by finding the blueprints or some, again, I'm not going to the details, by finding them in wrecks under the water.
Where is that? New York?
Get daily tasks, I'll do that. And yeah, it's so beautiful. Okay, let's go also over here so we can see some of the items we found. Again, you have to find them.
Mass-produced stuff.
And just interacting with these will make you feel better, especially if you get them. Some people will not get it and they'll feel as empty as the world is sometimes, but it's not empty. Just the sound is amazing. I mean, you can change the sound of the omnipresent bulking, the sound of metal being constrained, the ocean, and also the sights. You can change that as you play more and more, and you'll not feel as...
Imagine strapping this thing on and diving into the unknown. These guys are either real heroes or real junk. Water's etched off the grooves, but can still make out the artist. Good album. Looks like a whalebone, maybe. Or an extremely hungry dolphin.
Yes. So the sound design is also amazing because it's so quiet and it can get a little bit scary. Most of the times you feel like the game is scary, but it's not scary. Nothing will really hurt you the way you expect it, but it will have some scary moments. And then you can also do this again. It just plays a lot more into the game. You have to hold it a little bit. Or at least tap it once so that... yeah, we fell. Imagine if you didn't get the punching bag. How would you feel about the game? Or if you didn't get a song? I mean, most people won't even get those. And yes, there's an achievement for getting a certain high score. That's 1.5. 0.6. This will just get harder and harder. Stan also seems to get angrier the more he does this. It kind of plays into his character. As you can see, it's not as easy as it seems in the beginning. With that. And I like that they try to portray him. Again, you find more about his backstory and his reasons and his life the more you play, but...
A lot of blood on this iron. Blood and sweat.
As the voice acting is top-notch. Now so let's get to the second part of the game, which is getting materials from various locations, and it also has a dual purpose because you are cleaning up the ocean but also getting materials. You can craft some consumables, mostly consumables, some cosmetics.
Let's see what we can see.
But also upgrades for the moon. Oxygen stick to replenish your oxygen, flares to light up the darkness or other stuff, mines to unlock some doors, beacons to mark, repair keys to repair the moon, fuel units to diver boost, which basically is a little rocket, kind of a little rocket on your back so you can travel faster. Upgrades for the moon, the laser, the fuel, the oxygen for ourselves. And the final one I haven't gotten yet. The decorations I was speaking of. They just fill up the place, but they also put in kind of random locations. Wait, where is the submarine? We can actually search the submarine a little bit. We'll go out on a little ride with the moon, but where is that submarine? Where did he put it? I didn't think... Oh, that's the teapot over there. It's kind of funny how he puts them on his own. I mean, this is how I make a character look alive, seem alive. Did he put the submarine in the kitchen? I don't know where he put it. You just grabbed it and it goes where it's supposed to go. You can also watch the TV. I don't know where he put it. Let's just go out and take the moon for a little spin. We'll also go to the refinery.
Need to know what I'm doing first. Should grab my task list.
Okay, let's grab the tasks first.
Tasks are up at least. And a message from Tim. Team moved for safety reasons. Relocated to emergency comm ship. Tasks as normal. Fire is PR disaster. Cleanup duties. Sorry, we'll contact soon. At least he's safe. Now I'm an errand boy for the Unitrench PR department. Coffee first.
We are.
Not before my coffee.
The character is in complete control of the game. This is one of the things that is not so intrusive. Let's make the coffee.
According to the Unitrench spokesman, the fire is well under control, and any wildlife impacted are being monitored by dedicated specialists. Indeed, from the shore here, there's little trace of any accident at all. The seas are calm, and everything seems shipshape and above board. Back to you in the studio.
Looks like the PR team are doing just fine without me.
Again.
Impacted wildlife. Shit. I hope Joe's alright.
That's the seal. That is basically like a doggy around our home. Now, if people... I mean, look at this. Was that fake? Of course that was fake news. So I have a question for everyone. This is a personal question. If you don't believe that news, why would you believe any news you see on TV? Especially about the current problems of the world, or the current affairs. Why would you believe anything that is on the mass media? Why would you believe anything they say? Usually it's the other way around. And this is the perfect example of it. The developers did a lot of great work to basically show you parts of the real world without showing you parts of our world.
Nothing. Wait. He's tagged. I can track him from the main board.
They're also oxygen biogenerators, also algae farms and some other things around here. But like I said, we'll be mainly going to the main location, which is the refinery. Yeah, I searched everywhere, I did everything. I just have to do the main missions now. Also get a laser for the moon, but it's more clear out the garbage, clear out the oil. And imagine that we did all of that and spoke about all of those details even without coming out of the house. The lighthouse depends on how you get it. But the game has some game-breaking bugs, I'll admit to that. It's not perfect as you can imagine, but they are working to fix them. Just a lot of installations everywhere and drones. A lot of wrecks that I explored and got those blueprints and some other things. Also the massive scope of building that really seems sci-fi, as you are sure no humans could ever build this, so use the drones. You can also see whales, you can hear them, the humpback whales, the blue whales, some shark species as well. Not about the performance again, it has some problems and the developers are probably working on them. You have drone patrols. You can only enter the refinery when you are given permission by the corporation during a quest, of course. So yeah, very sci-fi. Let's go to the sector entrance. Yes, you can also hit the drones. Because they don't care about you anyway. Oil traces. This is a little bit later into the game. But you don't kill stuff, you just clean up the ocean.
Look at all this.
As much as you can.
Leaks. Leaks everywhere. As if the waters here hadn't taken enough of this shit already.
Sonar is so good. I mean, this could have easily been a Subnautica game, to be honest. A very scary Subnautica game with good combat, with submarine combat. I mean, you have a razor already. They could have just made you fight the drones. But again, the developers went an entirely different route, which makes the game a magnificent experience in my opinion. And the sector is basically where they are drilling the oil, the main sector. You can also see some other things there, and you can also go to the surface. I don't think people even thought about this, but let's go and look at the surface. It's Emma's World. It's an achievement called Emma's World.
Hello there, sunshine.
So you can just come in the morning over here to see the sunshine, and that's our house. As you can see, it's really a lighthouse. It looks so scary, but you have to go towards it. It's safety. Now let's speak a little bit about the third part of the game, which is, like I mentioned, the sci-fi setting, the paranormal world, the human mind condition, and some philosophical questions and some other things. You will find some logs which are called corrupted logs, and they're kind of like the old movie reels playing in cinemas, and you can find them in relatively well hidden places. They offer a lot of context, but also the events and the story themselves go to this thing, play to this thing. So you have the daily log. Again, you didn't play as many days. Sometimes there's a time skip, so yeah, that's not exactly all of the days you'll be playing, but again, I don't want to spoil too much. These are the creatures we'll be seeing here. Giant squid. Yeah, the squid really look like aliens. There are a lot of documentaries about the squids. Bushflider Foundation. So let's go over the personal notes and some of these things over here. It's a little bit buggy still. Broken Jones. Maybe they should make a drone to fix drones. Employment agreement. Unknown drone failings. Divers report. And this clearly shows that they know about all of this stuff, and again, they're not really doing anything. Everything seems so old over here and so decrepit. They don't invest a lot of money in maintaining this place. Now we have a few routine missions and to check up on Joe. That's it. That's my review for the game. I'm enjoying this game so much, even though I had to restart it again. The game is 30 euros, it's about, I would say, 10 hours of content at least, but it's pure content without all of the secondary stuff I've been doing. Of course, you can also do that, you'll need it at some point. You can just search for the whales, search for the sharks. There are so many activities, search for the wrecks. Or just explore. There are also docking stations and some other things. Again, it's a wonderful experience. In my opinion, this is the game of the year. You can build things for your little... I mean, it's not, again, about combat or upgrades or progression like an RPG game, but it just made a wonderful experience and an original experience. And this is the main problem with gaming today. None of the major gaming studios make new games. They just wait for the indie developers to make new games or new mechanics, new products, and then they just copy them or just continue their franchises, which are super safe. I'm talking about in the context of Starfield. They basically spent so much money and so much time and wasted the talent of the people working there to make the most bland and unimaginative game. And then you have this game over here, which is so good. By the way, the little octopus, they're in many areas, and they'll actually guide you to a cave system. Sorry about that again, a little bit of problems with the performance. They'll actually guide you to underwater caves that have treasure. Because even if you have the map, some things will still be hidden. As we see, they're just guiding us. There are many elements like this that you don't even notice until much later into the game, or maybe never. But yeah, they actually guide you to the secrets. And of course there's a photo mode. I guess I should show the photo mode because it's really good. Again, I wish you wouldn't delete your pictures or stuff like that, but you can do this to explore, take pictures. And especially the whales and the sharks are impressive, even the giant squid. I guess I shouldn't be here because apparently that's a basking shark. Yeah, for what? Probably this would have been a AAA game easily if they just had a little more time and money. So yeah, just an amazing game, my favorite game of the year. Nothing can beat this, I'm pretty sure. It's such a unique and original experience, magical, mystery. All the package, everything I really wanted from a game this year. See you next time. Bye.